Do you think there's any chance that you and I are the same person? I think that we might be the same person. You're in control, Allanah. You're in control, Allanah. My life before these past 2 months or so, and after, like, it's not even the same life. Like, I'm not even the same guy. It's hard to put into words how extreme this change has been. This video is about Aaron Doughty meditations. So Aaron Doughty is a YouTuber. If you're not familiar with him, he's probably best known for his meditations. He does like loads of meditations, and he also talks some crazy shit, but it's like real. I know that wasn't very illustrative of a sentence, but well, how can I get more specific? I'll link him down below, check him out. So I've been doing Aaron Doughty meditations every day for about 2 months now, maybe even a bit more, and it has been revolutionary, like revolutionary. Okay, in general, what I've noticed is I used to have a constant, like, just nagging feeling of unease. You know what I mean? Like a feeling of just wanting to escape or like not be in your own body. A constant underlying sense of unease. And that is gone now. I mean, I feel like also faith, my faith in God, I believe in God, I'm a Christian. I feel like that's probably important in having peace. I don't think it's just the meditation. I think it's a combination of the meditations I've been doing and also prayer and meditation, because you can't really have peace if you don't have faith. I don't think. I might be wrong. I haven't really thought about that deeply, but like loads of pain. And well, how I was dealing with it previously was kind of, it would just go numb, you know, like it would just reach my pain threshold and then it would just go numb. So like most of my body was numb most of the time. Doing these meditations for the past 2 months or a bit longer has completely, I mean, not completely, but I have basically no pain. I think that you can empower yourself by viewing all pain as psychosomatic. It's just a perspective. I also think that doing spin classes basically every day has probably helped my pain a lot too, because it raises my pain threshold. You don't realize how noisy your own silence is until you meditate. It has changed my life, like to the point where I am going to meditate every day for the rest of my life, and then I thought, well, what would ever restrict me from doing this? And even if I were like in prison, that's kind of something that you can still do in prison, right? You can still meditate in prison. No one's going to stop you doing that. They probably wouldn't care or even notice. There's a book by Daniel Kahneman called Noise, and what he writes about in this book is the noise that impacts decision making and judgment. And the judges go way easier on sentencing people if they've eaten. That's the other thing. I feel like doing these meditations so consistently has also helped me realize, like, it's helped me become way more efficient at all of the things, at everything. Because when you have a clearer mind, you can realize that, like, basically 90% of the shit that you're doing is kind of redundant, and then you can just cut that out, and then you can just flow. Do you know what I mean? Like flow state. Oh my gosh, am I making it worse or better? I go crazy when I'm all alone, and it feels like torture. I've done meditation consistently, like, for a while in the past, and I feel like the effects that I've gotten from doing these Aaron Doughty ones have been way more, like, pronounced and like revolutionary, like life-changing. Also, I have virtually no fear left, like in any situations, because I realized that fear is an illusion. Because I realized that we're all one, you know what I mean? Like, there's not really you and me, like, because we're all just energy vibrating in space together. And so it doesn't make sense for me to be like, oh, but what will you think of me? I'm like, oh, but if we're kind of just the same thing, you know what I mean? I have been watching Aaron Doughty for a while, and He has some fascinating videos. Like, he is a very interesting person. And he's pretty hot, which helps. It was the time for me to finally have time to make time. Sorry. I was finally able to make time to do these meditations every day. Now I can't even imagine living any other way. Like, I can't even remember how I survived before doing these meditations every day. There was one, I'll link them down below, and I will remember to do that. There's one for worthiness, and it's like called the worthiness meditation or something. I'll link them down below. But there's one for worthiness, and it's like, it takes you into when you felt unworthy, and like it basically heals your trauma. That's what it did for me, at least. And I did it, I don't know, I've done it loads now. So I feel hella worthy. Like, I feel mad worthy. I feel crazy worthy. It's for feeling worthy and complete and whole, which is really like all that anyone really needs. Because then you realize that you don't need anything outside of yourself, and that you actually hold all of the keys and have all the answers, and that no one and nothing outside of yourself is going to complete you, and that you don't need anyone or anything outside of yourself to give you anything extra or to complete you. So that was an incredible meditation for healing trauma. And also the other one, which I loved, this is the greatest meditation I've ever experienced. This is the greatest meditation I've ever discovered. It's called Ho'oponopono, and I think it's Hawaiian. So Hawaiian people like made up this meditation. My facts might be wrong, but I think they're right. It's a Hawaiian meditation called Ho'oponopono meditation, and what you do is, does my makeup look ridiculous? I'm sorry. So what you do is you think about someone who has caused you harm, or like who you have beef with. Like, generally think of someone who you have beef with, and then you go, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And you do this for like 20 minutes. You know, it's about understanding that relationships are always a two-way street, and even if it was you who someone has done wrong to, like even if you're the victim and you've been hard done by and stuff like that, you can still take responsibility. It's called extreme ownership. Jocko Willink. Maybe you've been traumatized by some evil doers in the world. And like, same, you know, we all have. But the thing with Ho'oponopono is you don't need anything from them, because you're probably not going to get an apology or like any remorse from this person who's fucked you over, you know? Like, it's best to assume that you're not going to get an apology or any remorse, and they'll probably just never feel sorry for anything they did. Because if you just assume that, then you go, oh cool, so I don't need anything outside of myself, because you're not going to get it. And that's a fantastic way to live, because when you live with no expectations of anyone, I cannot imagine going back to not meditating every day. And guess what? You never have to. Even in Guantanamo Bay, they'll probably let you meditate. Even if someone's like, no, don't you dare meditate. Like, no, don't meditate. You can still be like, and just sneakily do it anyway. Meditation is this untapped resource. It is this hidden, like, superpower. So the worthiness one, the Ho'oponopono one. Oh, also there was one that was really good for my grief, and it was a letting go meditation, I think, and he like makes you imagine that you're holding these balloons, and then the balloons are like all of your worries and everything you're holding on to, and then you like let go of the balloons. And but it's like a deep visualization. It's basically like hypnosis kind of. I mean, if I'm rating them individually, I'd rate the worthiness one 5 out of 5, Ho'oponopono 10 out of 5, and the letting go one, I would say also 10 out of 5. Like, these are the only tools that you need to change your life. I hope I don't sound too crazy. I'm just very passionate about this. So I'll link them down below. In summary, meditation is life-changing. What was the other thing I need to say? Oh yeah, and I might start posting videos every day. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Do you want to see my face every day? Do you think that you can handle that? You're beautiful and you're perfect. And I love you loads and loads. And I will see you very soon. Has it been a long, hard day of being a pussycat?